is FY 24-25, and it is one of the successful year for Goa Mile, and as compared to the tourism industry, it's successful for Goa also. Although there are a lot of narratives happening on social media, some are positive, some are negative. And if you have seen that from northern side, you have seen that there is always cry for a decline in tourism in particularly Goa. We understand and accept that there are certain scenarios where the war situation across the Middle East and other part in northern western part, right? So it has impacted for the foreign tourism. However, there is a huge increase into the domestic tourism, so which has balanced the overall tourism economy, particularly for Goa from our perspective. And how it will be, we will like to narrate to you as a success story or report card to in front of you as a Goa Mile 1 financial year completion, and we'll start on that. So before proceeding on certain numbers, let me tell you, so far we have completed around more than 7 crore and 8 lakh kilometers of business kilometer across the globe. That is a kind of size we can say that, particularly travel in Goa. What it means by that, it almost talks about 4 crore and few lakhs of miles. That is British unit, right? So these are the business kilometer covered by the Goa Mile vehicle. Only Goa Mile vehicle I am talking about, not about talking about other vehicles in the state of Goa. When it transforms to number of rounds around the earth, it comes to around 1768 rounds. म्हणजे ह्या धरतीला आपण 1768 वेळा गवसणी घातलेली गोवा माइलच्या गाड्यांनी. एवढा बिझनेस आतापर्यंत ऑर्गनाइज पद्धतीने आणि अकाउंटेबल पद्धतीने केलेला आहे. लेट मी टेक सम अटेन्शन टू यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ ग्रोथ. If you compare Goa Miles growth for 2023 and 24 as compared to 2024-25, so increase the number of trips almost by 60%. Means if you have completed more than 6 lakh trips into year of 23-24, we have completed almost 9 lakh and few thousand trips last financial year, that is by March end. So many times people talks about that Goa Mile, Goa needs certain things. There should be adoption of technology. There should be adoption of a lot of other activities. Yes, now we have become the lifeline of Goa. Why we say that? Because almost every day we transport more than 12,000 people per day. Now in down season time, when it comes to season time, we transport per day almost 20 to 22,000 people per day. That's the capacity we have developed. How we have developed this capacity so far? We started with merely 40 cabs in 2018. If you remember that, first day on 6th of August 2018, at the hands of late Sri Parikarji, that time Chief Minister of State of Goa, we started with 40 cabs performing 13 trips per day. We have come to now almost 4,000 plus vehicles registered in Goa Mile platform. We are transporting almost 12,000 to 22,000. That's a scale based on the season, based on the weekdays. Typically that's the traffic flow. We all know that by tourism economy, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a return time for the tourist coming from north or east or south of the country. We also vouch for that sustainable transport economy. And how vouch for that? Recently you might be knowing that across the country there is a different vibes going on. Sahakar taxi, cooperative taxi, right? Even center also are talking very loud about that, the new policy for the Sahakar taxi. Goa is really proud for that. Goa Mile, through Goa Mile, Goa has implemented that almost 7 years back in 2018. This is a really a cooperative taxi in terms of modality or a business model. And how it's like that? From the start of Goa Mile, we have not taken any % of commission from the taxi driver's pocket. So zero commission taxi business. That's how the Sahakar taxi works. It's a cooperative model. We have never taken any surcharge from any passenger so far. Means what? Across the country, if there are bigger players over there, I'll not take a name of that because it's a competition, I'll refrain for that. However, if they take a 30%, 35% as a reverse calculation of whatever earning done by the driver, means if driver makes a 2,000 rupees, they will take 700 rupees in their pocket. Definitely tax and other things also part of that. 1,400 comes to the driver or 1,300 comes to driver. Whereas in Goa Mile, we promise fixed kilometer, 22 rupees per kilometer that goes driver directly without any deduction. And in last 7 years, we have not changed that logic, and neither we are going to change that logic in future also. So that is the second example of sustainable transport economy. Third, we are transparent with all stakeholders, no matter it's government, no matter it's taxi driver, taxi owner, or the local Bhumiputras. We've been transparent throughout 7 years and will be transparent in future also. We watch for that. Third point is very important. We are bringing the overall monthly earning for these people above 47,000 to 50,000 rupees per month. It's average. Some people earns more than 2 lakh rupees also per month. Some people earns somewhere around 35,000 to 40,000. But the down average is around 45,000, not more than that, less than that. And that's how it transformed to all drivers or taxi owners over there. Around 50,000 rupees per month, that's a general average revenue they are generating per month. And this is very sustainable in the country. If you can see that in metro cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi or other cities, the driver income has come down. I'm talking about after deducting that EMI or investment for the vehicle. Yes, it includes the driver own share about 10, 15,000, 20,000 per month, what is calculated for himself if he is a driver come owner model. For that, in other state, the driver need to slog for more than 15 hours, 16 hours. In Goa Mile, not in a wrong sense, the word sushegat has been adopted in a very professional manner. Sushegat in the sense is about the context. Whether you take it in a negative or positive, we take it in a positive way. As per your comfort, as per your age, as per your convenience, you can work on a particular duty. So some driver feels that I want to work for 4 hours in the morning, 5 hours in the morning. Accordingly, he can work, and that's how between 8 to 10 hours of working, he is generating this much revenue. So that's a very sustainable example in the country. Fourth thing, the tax contribution for the state. Before Goa Mile, everything was unaccountable. And I say that everything was unaccountable because we all know that how many of taxi organizations or companies might have filed the GST or taxation to government, right? It's in public domain, everybody knows that. Goa Mile has contributed so far GST plus TDS overall contribution more than 13 crore 10 lakh rupees. Out of that, 10 crore 56 lakh rupees is the GST contribution, and the remaining is the in the form of income tax or taxation. Apart from that, I'll be very happy to say that this is a consecutive second year for Goa Mile. We are a cash positive. We are no more burning cash. We are a profit-making organization. 23-24 also we have generated a profit. 24-25 also generated profit, and we will march towards that for next successful years. There are a couple of other updates. I like my team to update you on that. And prior to that, I'll although you are knowing them, they are very known faces because Hemant Prabhu, a proud employee, transformed to the owner of the organization. He has become the successful employee who is contributing in organization right from the inception, and now he is a stakeholder. He is a equity holder of the organization. And next to that, there is Shashank. He is also equity holder. There is one more girl from Goa which is contributing into the account department. She is also stakeholder. So what example we are putting forward to the industry? This organization started in Goa, has started making the employee as a owner of the organization, and in future when we will come to the IPO level, definitely this are my dream and vision is that my drivers will become the owner of this organization, certain extent with certain special offers given to them. So that's a mission and vision for that. We are contributing good into social responsibility when it comes to driver welfare. So I'll ask Hemant to update you on the driver welfare initiative what we have taken so far. Only quantum I'll give you update on that. Total, as a project of Mukhyamantri Gocha Taxi Patra Yojana, we have created a funds of around 18 crore rupees that has been allocated for the drivers, and that has been successfully utilized. When I say successfully utilized, in the sense that much funds created by the bank's contribution plus Goa Mile contribution. Certain breakups he will give it to you. Hemant, over to you.
Yeah. So it is a very noble step. Goyan म्हणल्यार गोयांनी in the country सुद्धा म्हणल्यार आता it is the first example खंय एक कंपनी तुका धंदोय दिता आणि तुका कस्टमरूय दिता. Now what I mean by that is we have started with a Mukhyamantri Goicho Taxi Patrav scheme. Under that scheme what we do is ड्रायव्हराचो जो डाऊन पेमेंट असता तो कंपनी करता आणि ड्रायव्हराक बिझनसूय कंपनी दिता आणि ताजो EMI जो असता तोय कंपनी बँकेक डायरेक्ट पे करता. अंडर दिस स्कीम आमी अराउंड 210 व्हेकल्स एप्रॉक्सिमेटली 210 व्हेकल्स आमी गोंयच्या लोकांक दिला. आता हे दिवपाचे एक व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट रिजनूय हें आशिल्लें की गोंयांत थोड्यो अश्यो सिटीज आसा दे आर डिप्रायव्ड फ्रॉम टुरिजम. म्हणल्यार थंय टुरिजमाचो तितलो हें ना, ताण ना आनी त्या लोकांक थंय धंदो मेळना. सो तशा लोकांक रिमोट लोकेशनार दोन प्रॉब्लेम आसा दोन सायडीचो. एक कस्टमर सायडीचो, कस्टमर म्हणटा तुमच्या विलेजींनी गाडी मेळना, आनी दुसरो विलेजीचो मनीस म्हणटा की आपूण गाडी घेवन करूं कितें. जाल्यार आमी अशा मनशांक गाडी दिवन आमी तांकां टुरिजम इंडस्ट्रीच्या धंद्यान एनेबल करून हे प्रयत्न केला की जी आमची रिमोट लोकेशनार सर्वीस मातशी कमी पडटाली ती एका लेवलार हाडून आमी अश्यो 200 गाडयो मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर गिवन इन रिमोट लोकेशन, म्हणल्यार केप्यां जालें नाल्यार सांखळे जालें अशा लोकेशनांनी आमी गाडयो दिल्या. आनी वी आर मेकिंग शुअर दॅट दीस केटर्स टू इवन द लोकल पीपल हू स्टे इन रिमोट एरियाज खंय टुरिजम ना. हो एक मेजर चॅलेंज आशिल्लो ट्रान्सपोर्टेशनाचो. दुसरे जे आमी दुसरी जी गोष्ट केली म्हणटा ती एका ड्रायव्हराच्या तुमी हातून पळयशात खूब म्हणल्यार तुमी खूब प्रेस कॉन्फरन्सीस वता एटेंड करता आनी घेता. तुमी पळयत जाल्यार ते म्हणटा की आमकां इतलो खर्च येता, आमकां गाडी चलोवपाक इन्शुरन्स लागता, टायर लागता. जाल्यार तुमी जर बारीकसाणेन पळय आमची जी वेलफेअर स्कीम आसा ताज्या अंडर आमी एक ड्रायव्हर जर आमचे कडेन धंदो करता आनी एक बऱ्या अमावंटाचो धंदो करता जाल्यार आमी ताका इन्शुरन्स फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट म्हणल्यार आमी आमच्या बोल्सांतल्यान घालता आनी वी गिव हिम इन्शुरन्स. सिमिलरली आमी ताच्या टायराचोय कॅर करता, सिमिलरली आमी ताका बॅटरी घालून दिता. जाल्यार हातून आमी कितें करपाक प्रयत्न करता की ताजो फोकस फक्त बिझनसाचेर आसचो, ताजो फोकस फक्त धंद्याचेर, आपलो धंदो आपूण कसो वाडयतलो हाजेर आसचो. ताजे ओवरहेड्स आमी अज्यूम करता आनी आमी तांकां अशी एक फॅसिलिटी दिता खंय तांचो इन्शुरन्स, टायर आनी ताजी बॅटरीज जी आसा ती आमी तांकां घालून दिता. ताज्या भायर वेलफेअर स्किमा आमचो जो डिपार्टमेंट आसा ऑफ एम्पावरमेंट एंड स्कील डेव्हलपमेंट गोवा मायल्साचो एक डिपार्टमेंट आसा. त्या डिपार्टमेंटा थ्रू तुमी आजूय पळयला आसतलें, आज ह्या प्रेस कॉन्फरन्सा मागीर तुमकां खबर आसा की आमी स्कॉलरशीप प्रोग्राम एक दवरला एकाडमीक जे भुरग्यांनी परफॉर्म केला आनी जांच्यांनी स्पोर्ट्सान मातशें तांचें हें आसा इन्क्लिनेशन आसा तांकां आमी आतां एक प्रोग्राम दवरला ह्या हाज्या मागीर. सो लायक दीस आमी कितें करता, वी आर गिवींग बेनिफीट ऑर वी आर गिवींग एप्रिसिएशन टू आवर ड्रायव्हर पार्टनर्स चिल्ड्रन. कित्याक आमी तांकां आज जर प्रोत्साहन नाल्यार इफ वी मोटिवेट देम टुडे. सो आमची जसो इवन प्रधानमंत्री म्हणटा की वी नीड टू क्रिएट सेल्फ सफिशियंट कंट्री. सो आमी वी आर क्रिएटिंग फ्युचर एंटरप्रेन्युअर्स बाय गिवींग देम दीस बॅकिंग टुडे. आमी तांकां स्कॉलरशीप दिता. स्कॉलरशिपाचो अमावंटूय तुमकां हातून आसा की आमी फाटल्या फायनान्शियल इयरान अरावंड 8 लाखाची स्कॉलरशिप्स वी हॅव गिवन टू चिल्ड्रन.
Permits?
Yes.
I will like to open the forum, for questions. But before questions, if you have any specific question for a specific domain, there are two gentlemen I'd like to introduce that. Moses, who handles the airport operation, the complete airport operation, in terms of MOPA and Dabolim over there. And Sairaj is specifically handling the Mukhyamantri Goche Taxi Patra Yojana. Apart from that, the enterprise skill development. So whatever comes under ESD department, enterprise skill development. So the training to the driver, welfare, what's Hemant has explained. So he handles that. So one by one, we'd like to take the questions. We'll be happy to answer that.
So I wanted to ask. I'm from the Navin Times, and I wanted to ask whether all your taxis run throughout the day, or like only some of them, all are active or not. I wanted to ask.
Okay. Generally, what happens? It's a hourglass kind of figure, right? When it comes to business, like in the evening time, the city sleeps right. After 10:30, 11 o'clock. So the number of churn for the taxis is lesser, and so as the tourist, traffic also. However, our vehicle works on 24 hours, but we have given a freedom to them. Let's say 4,000 vehicles are there. So at any given point of time, all 4,000 are not active. Some of them are working in the first shift, some of them working on a second shift, like that.
So you have 4,000 taxi drivers working with you?
Correct.
4,000 registered taxis with us, madam. And what happens is, see, work-life balance is very important. Right, this domain one needs to understand the work-life balance. So everybody, maybe some people work 4 days a week, some people work 5 days a week, some people work during morning, some people work during night. So it is not that 4,000 taxis will be active during the day. There will be ups and downs. That it depends on what kind of working model each one prefers, because it is a be your own kind of boss kind of a business model. We don't force them to do duties.
So how does your press system work and the technology that you accepted? What was the major challenge?
So major challenge for Goa is a change management, because before Goa Mile, we understand that there was no organized system available over here. So it becomes very difficult to transform 40 people to 4,000 people, right? That was one of the bigger challenge over there. And I think by now we have overcome, to maximum extent that, right? when 4,000 people are peacefully working, they are happily generating revenue for their family, and a lot of upbringing has happened into we've seen the transformation into the driver lifestyle. So that was bigger challenge. Technology is never a challenge for Goa that per se. There is enough technology and ample technology available across the country, across the globe, right? It's a processes and it's a dedicated team. So the kind of team what we are together, we watch for that, and because of this team, we are able to make or transform this, as a dream or as implementation into the successful execution.
Goa Miles drivers have been stopped by the taxi people. They are being harassed. So what steps you are taking to safeguard them? Especially the customer has been harassed when they are sitting in Goa Miles taxi. So what action you are taking?
You're absolutely right. So what happens that, many times, we have seen that from northern side or some coastal belt side, we've seen this kind of news over there. Earlier, these numbers were very high in terms of volume, right? Now, the people who are at coastal belt also, they are transformed. They understand that there is no point in sitting silos, right? If you want to be in the ring, if you want to be in a revenue generating model, you also need to be part of that. So the first step what we are achieving is that the people who are, opposing us, we are trying to reach individually to them, convincing them how best is the system is there, for their implementation and execution. So some of them are already transferred, and that's how we reached to 4,000 number. That is answer number one. Answer number two, wherever we feel that, this is a law and order situation. So we the, necessary machineries over there. We inform to the nearest police station. We inform to the, the local police authorities over there. Something is wrong over there. And there is a prompt support from the government side also over there. In certain scenarios, that situation, sometimes it becomes worse also. And we have seen that in the media. So we urge through you, to all the people who are having that, a thought process over there. This business is only for Goan. Absolutely, this business is only for Goan. I also watch for that. I don't consider any of them as a mafia who are having the, right mindset. The people who are not taking, law and order situation to their hand. However, if they are, talking about their terms, we are happy to discuss with them also on that part, because I don't consider them. But people who are, in terms of negativity more over there, so absolutely there is a law and order only the solution for that, particular, entities over there.
There is आनीक ताजे
Yeah, he'll add something on that.
हे कशें आसा सिनारियो पळया की टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर जो आसा न्ही तो फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट आतां गोवा मायल्स 7 वर्सां जाली फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट ही इज द ब्रँड एव्हेंजलिस्ट फॉर गोवा गोंयचें नांव वयर काडपाक तेच आसा टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर आनी मेजॉरिटी जी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जाता पळय ती टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर आनी टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हरा मदीं जायना गोवा मायल्साचो जो रजिस्टर आसा गोंयचोच टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर आज जर गोंयान खंय 16,000 टॅक्सी आसा जाल्यार 4,000 आमचे कडेन आसा तो गोंयचोच टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर तो जो मेजरली जो प्रॉब्लम जाता पळय तो टाउट्स आनी टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हरा भितर जो टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर जो काम करता पळय थंय ताका सुद्दां इतलो टायम आसना की तो झगडपाक शकता तोय आपल्या कामानूच बिजी आसता मोस्ट ऑफ द टायम्स दीस मेजर प्रॉब्लम हॅपन्स बिकॉज ऑफ टाउटिंग आनी तो जो आसा ताका वेरियस रिजन्स आसतले वेरियस एक्शन्सूय ताजेर जाता आसतले बट टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर जे आसा पळय ते एक कस्टमर पळयत न्ही नॉर्मली आमचो जो एक्सपिरियन्स आसा एक टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर जो आसा तो जर कस्टमर बसला तो पळयत न्ही तो नॉर्मली त्रास करना कित्याक ताकाय खबर आसा की फाल्यां हो कस्टमर भायर वतलो आनी आमचेंच नांव घाण करतलो आनी फाल्यां ट्युरिस्ट कमी येवपाचें कमी जातलें जाल्यार हांगा चड जो इन्वॉल्वमेंट आसा न्ही तो टाउट्सांचो आसता तो टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हराचो आसना टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हरांनी 40,000 4,000 येवपाक जितलें एक्सेप्टन्स आसा न्ही ताका म्हणटा इट इज अ ह्यूज हे नंबर्स म्हणटा तशें कित्याक जर खंय 16,000 टॅक्सी आसा आनी 4,000 आमचे कडेन काम करता जाल्यार चेंज मॅनेजमेंट आमचो सक्सेसफुली जाला लोकांनी बिझनेस मॉडेल एडॉप्ट केला बट टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर्स मोस्टली डोंट स्टॉप वेन दे सी कस्टमर इन द कार मोस्टली टाउट स्टॉप करता आनी ताज्या खातीर आमी टीम तशी हे केला वी ऑल्सो इंटिमेट रिस्पेक्टिव्ह डिपार्टमेंट्स
टाउट म्हणल्यार तुमी कशें टार्गेटेड आहा ते टाउट म्हणजे टार्गेटींग गोवा मायल्साचें कोण टाउट
ना तशें कांय ना आतां तुमी पळयलां आसतलें जेटीच्या भायर सगळी कडेन आसतात न्ही
They are not only targeting Goa Miles.
पॉलिटिकल अशें
ना 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 तशें कांय ना इट ना ना
गोंयकार किती म्हणजे 4,000
All are going on.
सगळे गोंयकार जितल्यो टॅक्सी रजिस्टर करता पळय आतां एक टॅक्सी तुमी जर परमीट काडटले जाल्यार तुमकां वोटर आय डी लागता आनी वोटर आय डी मनशा कडेन आसत जाल्यारूच ताका टॅक्सीचें परमीट मेळटा आनी
चलयता तोच
चलयता आतां ते दॅट इज हीज चॉयस चलयता कोण तो ताका
मेन इशू तोच जाता
बेज इशू जाता
मेन इशू जाता तो तोच
Let me come on that
ते
point. See,
रजिस्टर करता गोंयकार आनी चलोवंक दिता भायल्यांक तो इशू जाता
See, what happens, the moment you register the vehicle, we are also ensuring that there is a badge allocated for that person. Without badge, we are not encourage any taxi to enroll with our system.
येस
So we call it a driver come owner model. But what happens in many cases, let's say some person is a senior citizen, and if you feel that he will drive for 4 hours, Some other 4 hours, his son will drive, or somebody else will drive, or he will appoint a driver. In that case, we also ensure that he has a badge, because there is hefty fines are there for the badges over there, right? So we ensure that that person is also from Goa. Now there are some people who are let's say from border area, they are settling in Goa, right? They are here from last 15 years, 20 years, and they are also having badges. So nothing wrong in deploying them.
एज अ प्रोसेस परमीट आणि बॅच कंपल्सरी लागता ड्रायव्हराक रजिस्टर जावपाक.
ड्रायव्हरा कडेन ते इन्फॉर्मेशन आसपाक जाय गोंयचे नॉलेज टुरिस्टाक सांगपाक
बॅच लागता ताका.
तुमी अशें नॉलेज बी प्रोवायड करता जो भायले
प्रत्येक जेन्ना ड्रायव्हर आमचे कडेन रजिस्टर जाता पळय ताका एक ट्रेनिंग मॉड्यूल आसा. आनी नॉर्मली कितें आसा, हे जे टॅक्सी ड्रायव्हर जे आसा पळय ते तांकां ऑलरेडी गोंयची नॉलेज आसात, बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ देम आर गोवन्स. तांचे कडेन जर हे नाशिल्लें जाल्यार बॅच नाशिल्लो जाल्यार दे वुडंट हॅव बी. मात तांचे कडेन दे आर, आनी आमी तांकां ट्रेनिंग प्रोसेसूय एक आसा, खंय आमी तांकां समजयता कशें कितें टोपोग्राफी, कशें कितें बिजनस करप, कशें कितें कस्टमराक हँडल करप. दीस ऑल ट्रेनिंग हॅपन्स फ्रॉम आवर एंड.
आणि नाईट चार्जेस तुमचे सेम असतात, लिफ्ट चार्जेस
डे नाईट दोन्ही सेम.
नाईट चार्जेस आमचे
So what we do, we follow the the government norms, the RTO norms. RTO says that night 30% charges is there
30%, yes.
over there. So and that money doesn't come to our pocket. Whatever charges are there in terms of increase over there, that's how we vouch that. Neither we put surcharge, neither we put any commission from the taxi driver. So whatever 30% comes, that calculated on the kilometer, and that is given to the driver only.
Driver.
Sir, as rates compared to other taxi, they are always demanding to reduce your price. What exactly? Why?
See what happens, if you want to have a fair play in terms of, on a ground, let's say if you all need to be sustained, we also feel that, there is no monopoly, right? That's not a logic for the country, okay? So the Goa Mile rate is something unique, and, something become an attraction for everyone now, to hammer on that part. Let me compare this across the country. If you go to Mumbai, Bangalore, any other location, the rate works into, like a sabji mandi. Morning 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, it will be, let's say, 12 rupees, 13 rupees. This is a fact. Afternoon time, it will become 7 rupees. Again, you feel that, evening time, there is a peak hour, they increase the rate. Goa Mile has never changed the rate from last 7 years. Din ho, raat ho, Diwali ho, Christmas ho, New Year ho, we have, one rate, a fixed rate. That gives a comfort to the taxi driver. I am generating, if I travel so many kilometers, I'll get so much money in my hand. Also, 200 rupees, I'll pay 200 rupees, even afternoon or evening time also over there. So that's a transparency. And somehow the people feel that, this is the only area which we need to kill that, and we need to change this rate card, which we are not going to change that.
So your rate is 22 rupees per kilometer.
So there are different models are there. Let's say there is a hatchback is there, sedan is there, then there is a MUV kind of vehicle over there. So with 2 rupees and 3 rupees difference, we have increased the rate card over.
Believe that your rates are aggressively low as compared to theirs in Goa.
See, we have complete mathematics with us, and you individually, you are also owner of the vehicle, right? You understand that, if the kilometer, if it's working on a CNG or if it is working on any fuel over there, fossil fuel, how much money you need to spend per kilometer. Based on that, what we have done, we have derived the kilometer range for any particular trip, and accordingly, this is the country's highest rate card. If you compare Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, other rate cards over there, this is the highest one. So we have taken care about return trips, we have taken care about dry run, we have taken care about the kind of distance the person need to travel to pick up the particular passenger. Let's say if you have a duty and half a kilometer, 1 kilometer if you are going to pick up him, that much we consider as a dry run, right? And if the rate card would have been challenged, it would have been challenged for all 4,000 people. So the people with honesty and consistency, if they want to work, this is the best rate card for them.
Sir, many of stakeholders say tourism is declining in the state of Goa. What is your say?
See, as I told you that, previous year we transported almost 6 lakh passengers, right? 6 lakh trips, almost it comes to 18 lakh passengers. This year we transported almost 30 lakh passengers. So our numbers has increased, and we have seen that the number of trips what we are performing from airports, both the airports over there. I will qualitatively and quantitatively, I like to analyze like this. A foreign tourist has declined. We understand that everybody knows that. The Russian cruise has declined, the other flights have declined. However, their number also improved now in a recent, couple of months. But domestic tourist has taken a place over there, right? And it has become one of the best option for the people in the country to enjoy their holiday over here in Goa.
Sir, you have mentioned last time that for disability people you are giving like tricycle or something like EV vehicle. What exactly is it?
Yeah, Hemant, would you like to add?
Yeah,
more?
yeah. So we have, we along with person with disabilities, commissioner with person with disabilities, we have given certain e-rickshaws. We are managing those. If you see even today, right, there is an event going on in Sanatan in Ponda. We have deployed person with disabilities to make sure that these people take their ferry the passenger inside the venue. जाल्यार आजू ह्यो गाडयो ज्यो आसा त्यो आमी हांगा घाल्या अराउंड 12 गाडयो 12 e-rickshaws. They are at Sanatan venue, they are doing pickups and drops and they are getting paid for it. And the most important part here to note here is that person with disabilities is driving and earning from this. So they are active. Wherever आमी event opportunity मेळटा तांकां घालता.
कितले जाले सर ते वाडल्या काय कितके जाले?
ना 16 त्यो आमकां मॅनेज करपा दिला गव्हर्मेंट आणि 16 and we are managing them 16 and as in how the progress is there probably increase or decrease can be thought of by us.
What about rickshaw? Rickshaw तुम्ही कोणते म्हणजे सगळ्या केवढी लोकांचे?
Even the pilot.
Goa Miles. What exactly?
See, there are pilots and rickshaws are two part over there, and what we believe that within the periphery of particular city region, let's say Mapsa, Panjim, Madgaon kind of thing, right? So opportunities can be created for them. There are a lot of demands from the local people also to us. If you can bring the auto rickshaws and the pilots, right, that will make their life easier for people who are going to offices or going to approach nearby vicinity. We are working on that part. The technology has been already developed on that part. We are discussing on some modality on this thing, and once we finalize, we'll publish that.
How many taxis does Goa Miles have in the airports? Separately, Dabolim and Mopa.
There is no dedicated taxi allocated for Dabolim or Mopa over there. This the technology logic works over there. The people who have dropped certain passenger at airport, he will be at a parking bay over there and they'll pick up the passenger. But any given point of time, we have almost 300 to 400 vehicles stationed at respective airport.
You have a counter, right, in both the airports?
Both the airport we have counter.
We have a help desk at both the airports.
And now Goa government wants to bring app taxis, okay, other app providers, okay, other app companies. What does Goa Miles need to say about that? Like Ola, Uber, they are looking at Ola, Uber, bringing them into the state. So what Goa Miles has?
See, as I told you that fair play is opportunity, equal opportunity mechanism is for everyone, right? We are working with our honesty and quality over there. So tomorrow, if any other players are in the market, so we need to be complementing each other, right? Rather than worrying on that part. Second thing, as of now, also there are many players in Goa. It's not only Goa Miles which is working over there, right? There are government initiative taxi services are there. At airport, there are 5 to 6 different counters are there. So they're also working.
How many luxury taxi car services we have under your?
So far, the up to luxury level, Krishnas are considered as a luxury, vehicles over there. But yes, you are absolutely right. There are a lot of people asking us to, introduce Merc and Audi kind of vehicle. So we're working on that part. But the revenue model not yet finalized for that.